When someone close to you passes away, it's a natural to feel immense grief. Siyempre, masakit talaga yon. Lalo na't naging parte talaga ng buhay mo yung taong nawala or taong namayapa. To strengthen your mental and emotional well-being, you might seek support from friends and family, attend counseling, or engage in activities that bring you joy. You also practice positive thinking by remembering the good memories and self-affirmation by reminding yourself that it's okay to grieve and take time to heal. Welcome to the Life Moments, and my name is Gerard Galing, and I'm here for the extraordinary moments that shape our lives. On this journey of inspiration and self discovery, as we explore the depth and beauty of the human experience. This is your invitation to embrace your moments, but that will make you who you are. Welcome to the fourth part, no? Fourth part of our Choosing Right Path series, and thank you very much for tuning in to this episode. Kung bago ka pa lang dito sa podcast, welcome to the show. And kung na-miss mo yung parts 1, 2, and 3, I'll put the link in the description below para mapanood mo muna yung first 3 no, ng Choosing Right Path series natin. So yeah, let's dive deep into it para sa ating part 4. No, so part 4 na tayo, guys. So this topic is still from Frank Sonnenberg, syempre. And on this episode, we're going to talk about this fourth do you question. Do you give it all you got or surrender to a moment of weakness? Yeah, magandang tanong, no? Our life is full of challenges na sumusubok sa ating resilience and determination. In this episode, we'll explore the importance of pushing through the difficulties, setting clear goals, and finding strength in the face of adversity. We'll also discuss kung paano makakatulong ang positive thinking, self-care, at isang solid support system sa pag-overcome ng moments of weakness. So kapag iniisip natin ang tanong na give it all you got or surrender to a moment of weakness, nandyan ang malaking decision kung ibibigay mo ang lahat ng makakaya mo o susuko ka na lang sa kahinaan ng isang sandali. There are a lot of things na mangyayari sa ating self na kapag dumadating tayo sa moment na napapaisip din tayo at napapatanong tayo sa ating sarili kung kaya ko pa ba, or minsan pumapasok din sa isip natin na parang gusto na lang natin mag-surrender na lang, 'di ba? Marami rin akong mga nababasa sa mga books about surrender that sometimes they said surrender is a sign of strength. Why do you say this, Gerald? What do you mean about this? So, of course, common naman ang meaning na surrender is a sign of weakness. It is a very obvious naman talaga na kapag sinukuan natin ng isang bagay na gusto nating makuha, so hindi talaga natin makukuha yon. Ang ibig sabihin ko din dito is, at napagtanto ko din na we need to surrender of all the things or maybe the goals is possible na isurrender natin na dahil kung yung ilan sa mga goals na hindi para sa atin na pilit nating i-pursue, 'di ba? All we have to do is to surrender it, 'di ba? At saka kung napagtanto mo naman na hindi naman para sa yung goal na yon, so bakit mo naman ipagpilit na hindi naman talaga para sa 'di ba? 'Di ba? So ayun for me. Ayun for me, may good reason din naman kung bakit naman natin kailangan mag-surrender, 'di ba? Sa pag-ibig nga maraming ngang sumusuko, 'di ba? Sa goals pa kaya? Kaya pala marami ang may gusto ng divorce dito sa Pilipinas na ipatupad dito, 'di ba? So, isa ako sa against sa divorce. Wag kayo mag-alala, no? Sagrado ang kasal, mga kaibigan. Sagrado po ang kasal. Maring sa galing kinasal sa mayor or lalong-lalo na sa simbahan, sagrado po ang kasal. Tandaan niyo 'yan. So we have 6 things or reasons to understand more about this topic. So we have first one, number 1, importance of resilience. Yan. Ang resilience o tibay ng loob ay isang mahalagang katangian na tumutulong sa mga tao na malampasan ng mga pagsubok sa buhay. Kapag patuloy kang lumalaban sa kabila ng hirap, nabibigyan mo ang sarili mo ng pagkakataon na lumago at matuto mula sa mga karanasan. Sabi nga nila, Why doesn't kill you makes you stronger, 'di ba? So for example, imagine mo na ikaw ay isang, of course, sabihin natin estudyante na bumagsak sa isang important na exam. Instead of giving up, you decide to study harder, review your mistakes, and seek help from your teachers or professors, and of course to the classmates. So sa pamamagitan ng pagtsatsaga at tibay ng loob, um, pumasa ka sa retake at naging mas mahusay ka pa sa subject na iyon. Diba? Kumbaga, natuto ka mula sa iyong pagkakamali at naging mas matatag ka na sa harap ng mga challenges. 'Di ba? So, explain ko lang ang resilience ay mahalaga dahil ito ay nagbibigay sa atin ng lakas na magpatuloy kahit gaano pa kahirap ang situation. Without resilience, madali tayong sumuko sa unang senyalis ng pagkabigo, 'di ba? Aminin natin 'yan. Totoo 'to, guys. Pero kung pipiliin natin na lumaban at magpatuloy, magiging mas malakas tayo at mas handa sa mga darating na pagsubok. Ang bawat hamon na nalalagpasan natin ay nagiging bahagi ng ating paglago at tagumpay, 'di ba? So another example din nito is could be a professional athlete recovering from a severe injury. Instead of quitting their sport, they undergo extensive rehabilitation, work tirelessly to regain their strength, and eventually return to competition. So this resilience not helps them physically, but also strengthens their mental fortitude, proving that determination can overcome even the toughest obstacles. Ayan, so that's the number one, the importance, the resilience. Diba? So let's have a number two, setting goals and persistence. Ayan. Kapag naman may malinaw kang goals o layunin sa life, mas nagiging madali ang magbigay ng lahat ng makakaya mo. Ang pagkakaroon ng vision or pangarap ay nagsisilbing gabay sa mga decision at action mo. Mahalaga ang persistence o pagpupursigi dahil ito ay ang susi para maabot ang mga goals natin kahit gaano pa kahirap ang pagdaanan. I'll give an example. Imagine gusto mong maging isang successful entrepreneur. Ito yung kagaya ng example ko previous episode o sa mga nakarang episode pa natin na in-example ko rin dito is if you want to start a small business, no? So, ulitin ko. Gusto mo maging successful na entrepreneur, kagaya din ng example ito sa previous episode ko tungkol dito. Nag-set ka ng goal na magtayo ng sariling negosyo. So obviously magsisimula tayo sa maliit. Wala namang business na nagsimula sa malaki agad, 'di ba? So lahat nagsisimula sa wala, nagsisimula sa zero, nagsisimula sa baba. Nagsisimula sa zero. You researching your market, creating a business plan at unting-unting binubuo ang iyong produkto at services or product services. Marami kang haharapin na challenges na baka hindi agad mag-click ang business mo. Sa una talaga 'yan. Pero kung matyaga ka, kahit gaano kahirap, magagawa at magagawa mo talaga 'yan, no? O kaya magkaroon ng financial difficulties, kung gano'n, 'di ba? But with persistence, you keep pushing forward. You adjust your strategies, seek mentorship, and continually improve your offerings. Eventually, ang mga pagsusumikap mo ay magbubunga at makakamit mo ang tagumpay sa pagnenegosyo, 'di ba? So another example, so sa estudyante na naman tayo. So aiming to graduate with honors, and ito naman, with honors with award. They set a clear goal to achieve high grades and participate in extracurricular activities katulad yung kanina. Pero it's a little difference din naman. Pero same din naman sa naunang example natin sa number one. 'Di ba? Throughout their academic journey, they face tough exams, demanding projects, and personal challenges. However, dahil malinaw ang kanilang layunin, they stay focused and work hard. Through persistence, even when things get tough, they continue studying, seeking help when needed, and maintaining their commitment. So in the end, their dedication pays off. Lahat ng paghihirap nila, lahat ng mga sacrifices nila sa pag-aaral, they're all pays off. So sulit lahat, naging worth it lahat ng mga hirap nila. And they graduate with honors or cum laudes, di ba? And they're ready to face to the next stage of their life. So speaking of them, speaking of honors and cum laudes, sa mga graduate ngayong taon, class of 2024, congratulations sa atin sa mga graduate din na kasabayan ko din. Congratulations sa mga naging Latin honors. Kahit nawala, at least nakapagtapos tayo at importante ang diploma, 'di ba? Kung pipiliin niyo ka na diploma o diskarte, both. Kasi kahit habang nag-aaral ka dumidiskarte ka eh. Para makuha mo ang importanteng piece of paper which is diploma. Simple answer, di ba? So that is number 2. Next one is number 3, mental and emotional strength. Yan. Ang mental at emotional strength ay mga aspekto sa sarili na dapat pagtuunan ng pansin. So kailangan mong palakasin ang iyong kaisipan at damdamin upang hindi ka agad-agad magpadala sa mga moments of weakness. Ang positive thinking at self-affirmation ay mga tools na makakatulong dito. So let's say for example, ikaw ay nasa trabaho at may malaking proyekto na kailangan tapusin. So during this project, you face numerous setbacks like technical issues or disagreements with team members. Instead of feeling overwhelmed and giving up, and you focus on positive thinking, sinasabi mo sa sarili na, kaya ko to. At iniisip mo ang mga nagawa mo ng tama. And you also practice self-affirmation, reminding yourself or your skills and past successes. Dahil dito, mas nagiging matatag ang iyong kaisipan at damdamin at nagagawa mong tapusin ang proyekto ng may tagumpay. Diba? So, ang mental at emotional strength ay mahalaga para malampasan ang mga pagsubok sa buhay. Kapag malakas ang iyong kaisipan at damdamin, mas nagiging handa ka sa pagharap sa mga hamon and many more. Positive thinking helps you see the bright side of situations, diba? While self-affirmation reinforces your self-confidence and abilities. So without mental and emotional strength, ay madali tayong matatalo sa stress at pressure. Pero kung patuloy mong pinalalakas ang iyong isip at damdamin, mas nagiging resilient ka at handa ka sa kahit anong pagsubok, 'di ba? Another example is dealing with personal loss. When someone close to you passes away, it's a natural to feel immense grief. Siyempre masakit talaga 'yon, lalo na't naging parte talaga ng buhay mo yung taong nawala or taong namayapa. To strengthen your mental and emotional well-being, you might seek support from friends and family, attend counseling, or engage in activities that bring you joy. You also practice positive thinking by remembering the good memories and self-affirmation by reminding yourself that it's okay to grieve and take time to heal. Through these efforts, you build the strength to move forward while honoring your loved one's memory. Okay, so that's number 3, mental and emotional strength. So next one, number 4, learning from mistakes. Ito, yung isa sa pinaka-importante sa 6 na meron tayo. Siyempre, isa rin ito sa hindi mawawala. Ang pagkatalo o pagkabigo or mga pagkakamali ay siyempre bahagi rin ng ating buhay. Hindi naman tayo perfect. Lahat naman tayo nag-commit ng mistakes. No? Instead of seeing failures as the end, consider them as a learning opportunities. No, mula sa mga pagkakamali, lahat ng mga failures, natututo tayo kung ano ang dapat iwasan at kung paano tayo magiging mas mahusay sa susunod. No? So for example, isipin mo na ikaw ay isang aspiring chef na sumali sa isang cooking competition. During the competition, nagkamali ka sa isang crucial na dish at hindi ka nanalo. So instead of giving up, you review your mistakes, you learn new techniques and practice harder. So sa susunod na sumali ka sa competition, mas handa ka na at mas mahusay. So natutunan mo na yung mga failures noon at hindi na hadlang na kundi hakbang tungo sa tagumpay na, 'di ba? So ang failures ay hindi dapat tignan bilang katapusan or bilang negative, kundi bilang pagkakataon para matuto, no? Each mistake teaches us valuable lessons that we can apply in the future. Kung walang pagkabigo, hindi natin malalampasan ang mga bagay na dapat nating improve. pag-aaral mula sa mga pagkakamali ay nagiging daan upang maging mas matatag tayo, mas mahusay, at mas handa sa mga susunod na hamon. So sa halip na panghinaan ng loob, gamitin na bawat failure bilang stepping stone sa ating tagumpay. Diba? So another example, balik ulit tayo sa entrepreneur that who launched a startup that failed to attract customers. So instead of seeing this as a final defeat, they analyzed that went wrong, whether it was the marketing strategy, product design, or target market. They used this information to refine their approach, develop a better product, and launch a new startup. So this time, their improved strategy attracts more customers as the business succeeds. Through this process, they learn that failure is a crucial part of innovation and growth. So that is number 4, learn from mistakes. Number 5, support system. Huwag kalimutan ng halaga ng isang solid support system, lalo na sa mga kaibigan, pamilya at mentors, ay maring magbigay ng encouragement at practical advice. They can help you stay motivated and focus on your goals. 'Di ba? So, ikaw ay isang student, for example, ito na naman, di natin nawawala sa student na nahihirapan sa mga subjects mo. Ito naman. Your friends form a study group to help each other out. Kapag may hindi ka maintindihan, nandyan sila para magpaliwanag at magbigay ng tips. Your family also provides emotional support, reminding you to take breaks and stay positive. Meanwhile, your mentors offered guidance on how to improve your study habits and manage your time effectively. Dahil sa support system mo, mas nagiging motivated at focus ka sa pag-aaral and leading to better grades and overall well-being. 'Di ba? Ang support system ay mahalaga dahil nagbibigay ito ng iba't ibang uri ng suporta kagaya ng emotional, practical, or motivational. Friends can share your burdens and celebrate your successes. So family provides unconditional love and encouragement. And mentors offer wisdom and expertise or experience, di ba? Without a support system, no, it's easy to feel isolated and overwhelmed by challenges. So, pero kapag may mga taong nasa tabi mo, mas nagiging madali ang pagharap sa mga challenges at mas lumalaki ang chance mong magtagumpay, 'di ba? So, masarap yung ganon, yung meron ka tayong kasama, 'di ba? So, ang support system ay hindi lang nagbibigay ng practical help, kundi nagpapalakas din ng loob at nagpapalakas din ng confidence, 'di ba? So, another example, so sa athlete ulit tayo, training for a big competition. They relied on their coach for strategic advice and feedback, their teammates for camaraderie and support, and their family for emotional backing. When training gets tough, their coach pushes to keep going. Their teammates cheer them on, and their family reminds them of their capabilities. This network of support helps them stay committed to their training regimen and perform at their best during the competition. Through the collective efforts of their support system, they achieve their goals and excel in their sport. So that is number 5, uh, our term. So last one but not the least, number 6, self-care and rest. Ito, hindi masama magpahinga at alagaan ng sarili. Self-care is essential para ma-maintain ng iyong energy at determination. Balancing buhay ang susi upang maging productive at masaya. So for example, ikaw ay nasa full-time employee o isang full-time employee na may demanding job. You work long hours and often skip meals or sleep to meet deadlines. Dahil dito, nararamdaman mo ang burnout at stress to meet deadlines, di ba? Instead of continuing this cycle, you decide to prioritize self-care. You start taking regular breaks, eating healthy meals, and getting enough sleep. You also get aside time for hobbies and relaxation, like reading or walking in the park. After implementing these changes, no, you notice a significant improvement in your energy levels and overall well-being. Mas nagiging productive tayo sa work at mas masaya sa life, di ba? Ang self-care at rest ay mahalaga dahil dito ay nagbibigay sa atin ng pagkakataon na mag-recharge at muling magpuno ng lakas. Without proper self-care, madali tayong ma-burnout at mawala ng motivation. So, sa balancing buhay, kung saan may oras para sa trabaho, pahinga, at mga personal na interes, ay susi sa pagiging produktibo at masaya. So self-care practices tulad ng regular exercise, meditation, at time management help maintain our mental and physical health. When we take care of ourselves, we are better equipped to handle stress and achieve our goals. Okay? So another example is a student preparing for exams. They feel overwhelmed with the amount of material they need to study. Instead of cramming and staying up all night, they create a balanced study schedule, includes regular breaks and enough sleep. They also incorporate activities they enjoy, such as playing sports or spending time with friends. So, this balanced approach helps them stay focused and retain information better. So, by the exams come, they feel prepared and less stressed, performing well academically while maintaining their health and happiness. Right? So, that's the number six, self care and rest. Ayan. So that's all for this episode. Thank you very much for tuning in to our episode. And if you like this content, don't forget to follow us on Spotify and other podcast platforms and rate us in 5-star ratings if you like the show as well. And if you want to join to our community called the Life Moment Storytelling Community, so just click in the description below or above and join now. And if you like this episode, please share this to your family, friends, and those people who wants to hear this kind of content. And share this to your Instagram stories. And don't forget to tag me at Gerard Galing 1028 and at the Light Moment Spot on my Instagram. Now, so please like, share, and subscribe now to the following social media by clicking my link tree in the description below. So once you click the link below, and you can easily find me to all my social media sites that will um, appear inside our link. So makikita nyo ang aking Facebook page, The Light Moments with Gerard Kaling, my Instagram, Gerard Kaling 1028, and at The Light Moments Pod, my ex at Gerard Kaling, my TikTok at Alpha Gerald 1028, and of course to our threads nasa description din. No? So you can follow me also in my threads account. And of course to our YouTube channel, Gerald Kaling. And please click the subscribe button and click the notification bell to get you updated sa mga podcast episodes at mga vlogs na ating i-upload dito sa ating YouTube channel. No? So this is Gerald Kaling. Say goodbye as I always says. Just keep spreading positivity, stay motivated, and live good. Thank you for joining us. And remember, every moment counts, and it's those moments that we find our truest selves. Stay tuned for meaningful conversations that will leave a lasting impact. Until next time, embrace your life moments and keep shining. Yes, yes, yo, gamsamnida. Take care and stay safe. God bless us all. Mag-ingat ang lahat. Peace. Padayon. Talk to you guys next episode. Bye-bye.